play. Let's fucking play. Dishonored. Alright. Do we raise? Figure video. Yeah, that was good. My first time playing a game that isn't Baldur's Gate in 2 months. Oh, wow. It really has been that long. Okay, where the fuck? Dishonored. There. I'm so pumped you're playing this. I like how your mess. Did you raid me? Or did you just. Because it didn't go through. If you raided me. Oh, there it is.
Hello there.
General Clay. I was so confused. I saw your name and then I was like, wait a minute. Is my OBS broken? All my homies love Dishonored. I figured as much because it kind of just looks like Bioshock. Biocock. You're just excited. Oh god. His pee-pee. It's aroused. I really should load these games up before stream. So that they can do the first time setup. I still haven't learned. I'm just unable to sync your Dishonored saves with the Steam Cloud. Well, that's because I haven't played this before, Steam. That's why you can't sync. Oh, it's also Tuesday. It's Tuesday, which means it's oh, this is totally not right now in 1080p. Hold on. Hold on. Game capture. For the first time in 2 months, I changed the game capture from Baldur's Gate to Dishonored. To a different game. To something that isn't Baldur. Ah! That's loud. That's real loud. Ow. Yeah, alright, I need to go here. Oh my god, what? Head, fuck it, we're gonna bob our head a lot. Sure. UI. Sure. Sure. Graphics. Bro. There's gonna be light in them shafts. Rat shadows? Give me the rat shadows. I want the rats to have all of the shadows. I knew it. There we go. Much better. Much better. Audio. Give me subtitles for sure. I wish I could like. We'll just. Oh, I can't do 69. That's a bummer. Okay, let's go in. Normal. Just the brightness till you can barely see the darkest symbol. Well, I should use probably whatever. That's fine. I haven't played this game before. Why are you saying I have autosaves? You have just returned from a journey of several months, visiting the other nations in the Empire to ask for aid in dealing with the rat plague. You must deliver their diplomatic response.
Ryan, you have
Hold
a
on.
nice dick. Like length and girth. You should be proud of yourself.
Thanks, Clay. Sasha, thank you for the 29 months. Oh my god. Wait a minute. No, I was doing math really wrong. I was like, hold on, are we about to be at 3 years? And it's like, no. No, we're not about to be at 3 years. 3 years would be 36 months. Quick math. Quick math. Anyways, you must deliver the diplomatic response to the Empress, whom you serve as Lord Protector. Aye, aye,
Corvo,
Jon Snow.
if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else. And the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you.
Spy Master sounds like a bitch.
The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace.
Oh, we totally banged.
Emily and I will count the days until you return.
Emily's
Hurry
my child.
home and bring good
'Cause
news.
we fucked. Not Emily and Corvo. No. Empress and I. We fucked. And made Emily.
Steady
I don't
hand.
know shit about this game.
That's it. Watch it. Cast off line. Casting off. We're away. Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
He looks like a bitch.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
Superstition. For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
Maybe. We live in strange times. Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months. That's unusual.
Well, this was important. We need help with the rat plague. Ho there! We're going up. Seal, ready. Turning on the pipes. And she's rising.
Not the only thing that's rising.
Home at last. Steady pressure.
Dead.
And stop. Shut it
Depression.
down.
Yes.
The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
Fair voyage, sir? All quiet up here. Corvo, she's waiting. You should go see the Empress.
Well, yeah.
You know what to do next time?
Yes. The pressure was too low. All these new machines are touchy.
There he is. Good voyage, sir.
Darn tootin'. Hello.
Fewer ships moving along the river now, with the plague and all.
I like the graphic. I like the flickering.
She's waiting in the pavilion.
Yeah. She hasn't seen me for a while. She can wait a little longer.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Her Majesty is waiting in the pavilion.
Give.
Corvo, you're back! Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales?
Look.
Wait! Let's play hide and seek first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's go! Come on! Did you
Give
see any monsters
orange.
while traveling to the
Me
other
give.
isles? My nanny says the big ocean's
Clay,
full
what
of
the
them,
fuck?
but I think she only says that to scare me. Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown, I'll try and find you.
Shit.
Okay, I'm going to count to 10. Find a place to hide. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10.
Probably should have gone over there.
Here I come.
They have Q and E.
I always find you.
Nuh-uh.
Now let's see where you're hiding.
Shit. If it comes over here though, I am fucked.
Okay, you win. We should
Yes!
go now, so Mother can see you too. Ugh.
I'm a goddamn god. A master.
While you were gone, Mother
stealth.
seemed very sad. I think she missed you.
Welcome home, Lord Protector.
You look like a bad guy.
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been.
They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid.
A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
You saw my improvements to the waterlock.
It was a fool's errand, Corvo. The plague comes from inside us. We must all strengthen our faith.
High Overseer.
No foreigner
I
can
must
save us
ask
from
you
the
to hold your
consequences of our
pose.
corrupt society. No fancy elixirs either. Remember, to every man his choice, to every man his fate. Say what you will, this plague has brought the faithful to our doors. Say what you will, this plague has brought the faithful to our doors.
See what I'm forced to paint? The High Overseer is no beauty.
That's kind of rude.
I do my duty for the realm, but not gladly.
Okay, so you're a good guy.
In this painting, I insult my own genius. I leave the worst parts of him in shadow, but still. I must preserve our High Overseer for future generations of the faithful to marvel at.
Should we get? She'll see you at once.
Okay.
It's been good traveling with you, Corvo.
Actually, you might be a good guy.
Have you ever met my niece Callista? She's getting more beautiful every year.
Weird thing to say about. I don't know.
I'll be happy you're back with the Watch. I'm no diplomat. Strange, we saw whales off White Cliff.
Wait a
It's
minute.
too early in the year.
Who's that voice actor? That's a familiar voice actor.
Hello, my lord. They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that
Uh.
question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we
There
can.
she is.
All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
You miss your majesty. Oh, you a bitch. You a bitch.
Corvo. 2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
I think he's the bad guy.
If It's a fair wind that brings you home to me.
Captain.
What news have you
You
brought?
should leave them alone.
Everyone seems scared because of the rat plague. I'm glad you're here.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before. Knew of some cure.
Oh no.
This news is
Invisible
very
wall.
bad. We're at the
No.
breaking point.
Duh.
Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Spy
Mother,
Master, of
look!
course.
What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here.
Oh, hello.
Emily, get behind me!
Wait, watch out! Press and hold left control. Oh god.
Look out! Another! Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here... No more! Not again!
Mommy!
No! Get away from her! Corvo!
Mommy!
Oh, wait. Wasn't that the dude that... He was a dickhead.
Corvo, it's all coming apart.
Fucking
Find,
balls,
find
dude.
Emily. Protect her. You're the only one who'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress.
What?
What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Take him.
Rude. Very rude. 6 months have passed since you were accused by the royal spy master of murdering the Empress and conspiring to abduct her daughter, Emily, the royal heir. Now, locked away in Cold Ridge Prison, the time of your execution draws near. Dun dun dun. Order shall prevail. Total Bioshock vibes here.
Chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak. And that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo. Guards! Take him back to his cell.
Clever, clever. Can't blame him. Smart man. Still a
You
dickhead.
should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
Bro, I love friends. I poop in there. Where I poop. I'm assuming that's where I poop. Looks like where I poop. A bunch of flies. Yeah, it's gotta be my pooper. I am not drinking that.
Did you hear Morris was dragged off by the overseers for some black magic nonsense? Please, not now.
Corvo, who we are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison's guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. And good luck. We need you alive and well for what's to come.
So many people are coming to the execution of...
Hold left control.
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
Hey, kill a guard for me, will ya?
Right.
Let me
Social
out.
behind my-
I've got 3 days
See
before
the
they
noble
cut my
Lord
head off.
Protector gets
You're
his
out.
head chopped
Good for you. Cut some
That
throats.
is us betting on the dogfight.
Tell Slackjaw I'm in here. He's gotta get me out.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Stop going the river!
Well, hold on. I don't want to murder. Oh, god damn it. I don't want to kill anyone. Okay, cool.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow.
You're out. Good for you.
Account of Corvo.
Cut some
Tell
throats.
Slackjaw.
Here.
Abducted her
He's
daughter,
gotta get
Emily.
me out.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble
Abs,
Lord
always
Protector
be
get his
serious.
head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Hey, I heard you got eaten alive at cards.
Blow off.
He coming this way? How do they make their rounds? He goes that way. Get a little bit of time. Need him to turn around.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Hold on, what is the quick save key? Just so we don't have to... Access. Quick save. I don't think that's saved. It didn't save. Beauty. Beauty. Coming with me, buddy. Nappy nap. Can I close this? Oh. Save after being successful. Avoid light.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
I don't think I need help right now. Nom nom. Nom nom.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Okay, that's the correct way to go. Oh, is it the... Ah, this was the...
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Always sneaky. Always sneaky. Almost got caught. Coming with me. You're going nappy poo right here, sir. Save after every unconscious. Every non-lethal, we save. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Oh. I like. Duty officers report Corvo's interrogation. Corvo Atano, formerly the Lord Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves. Follow their orders without hesitation and keep the torturer under control. If Corvo dies in his hands, instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next.
Unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
Corvo's unconscious again. Though he's taken more punishment than in 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
That'll come in handy. Feeling they're telling me that that room is about to get full of people. Excerpt from a book on the esoteric practices of the Abbey. Once a child shows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject surreptitiously in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There, the children undergo ritual preparation and evaluation until the last night of the month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to Whitecliff. During an elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children will become overseers and which must be put down. Oh, that's kind of fucked up. Fucked up, dude. In my bottle.
Eckler, you lazy slug. Did you patrol the yard?
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday.
Forget it. Just
Well, we definitely got to save here.
do your rounds. A report's trouble for both of us.
I'm moving.
I need his key. Okay, so they're gonna constantly be on the move, huh?
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews.
You should
unless
bathe.
accompanied by an
I can
officer
smell
of the
you
law.
from here.
Shut up.
Through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance.
This
With
is
1 week's
ridiculous.
notice.
Stupid rats. Plague. Elixirs.
What the void was that?
Oh, stupid gut.
Corvo's execution is tomorrow, right?
Shit.
Yeah, but everything has to be set up.
Shit. Shit. Save again.
I can't wait to see his head roll. Not everyone did, but I really like the Empress.
Attention. Tomorrow's
Oh, I think I
meeting
see how.
will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
The other way, sir. Look the other way. Look another way. Yeah.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
I didn't know I could get under here.
Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. Another one for the collection. Joint. Wait a minute.
Attention.
Hold
Tomorrow's
on.
execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Where'd the third one go? I had 3 of them. I hope it didn't.
Please, not now.
I hope. That's concerning. Hopefully not too concerning. I've only knocked him out.
Must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Eat metal.
Okay. Reload. So that guy is gonna be on a troll. This guy's gonna stand there. Will you stop making noise? Now's my time. Alright, buddy. Put him in the trash. Before we plant the bomb. I feel like that's a clever thing to do. Maybe, well, I mean, they can just go open the other one, I guess. And open it from that side, whatever. I think it's clever. Therefore, it is clever. Oh, I could hide the bodies in here, huh? Or I could hide in here. I could hide in here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. I could also just hide in here. But and they saw nothing. I am a god of stealth. I am like a ninja. Look at that. Didn't kill a single one. You have escaped Coldridge Prison with the help of hidden allies. If you can reach the Wrenhaven River, they promise to aid you in your next move. The outsider walks among us. Well, that's ominous.
He used some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who'd know how to do that?
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Could be some down here by the look of it.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3 to 1 in the practice yard. He's a whirlwind.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
What's with all the rats? Am I the Rat King? Corvo, if you're reading this, it means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. He will bring you to us. Friend who will meet you soon. Damn and stealth. Yo, is this Plague Tale Requiem? What the fuck? I didn't do it. I better not. That better not be. That better not count towards giving me a bad ending. I want only good. I don't want to kill anyone. Oh, they want to eat me too. Okay. I'm not opening that door. It is Plague Tale. Oh. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over our district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away. They'll inherit this city. Fucking, this is Plague Tale. well, I guess this came after. This came before Plague Tale, so Plague Tale was actually Dishonored. Excuse me, sir. Pardon me. Thank you. No one will keep us from death. Okay.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies into carts headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. And I don't want to catch the plague, do you?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
Okay, I see how it is. And you only have a limited time. Or the rats move on. Fuck, fuck.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
This is cool. For the age of this game, this is really cool. Ow! Bitch! Didn't see that one. Hold on. How do I... That. Damn. Rude. Oh, I could've... I'm stupid. I need to pay better attention. Ah! That's where that shot me from. Okay. I'm a pro gamer. I am a sturgeon. Greetings, Corvo. Or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man Samuel near where these tunnels spill into Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose. Ooh. Kerpack. Select the gadget or power you want to equip in your left hand and release. Ooh. I have sleepy darts. No. Oh. I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to disarm those or not. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Look to your whiskey. Shit. Are one of those fuckers jelly? Someone did have a lot of whiskey around them. Well, there was a lot of bottles to be found, like back here. 782? Is that it? It says shipment 782 on that, but I don't know if that's the... Nope. Who the fuck? Jelly, in case you didn't remember. I don't think the whiskey's gonna be back. Oh, wait. Oh, it says it right there. 451. Yeah. Okay. I'm rich. Nothing else.
He won't get past me, sir. Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
And try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Been a while since we saved. Mainly because we haven't been knocking people out.
Smells like a dead reaper in here.
I will not be assassinating anyone. Oh.
I don't know what he is. They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out.
Shit, where'd he go?
I wonder how deep it is.
Sleepy time! Nappy time. Nappy time, Pookie Bear. Nope. Honk shoom. Me. Hello. I could just knock him out, but I don't. I'm trying to see, like, when does that guy ever turn? I don't think he. Oh, he does. He does.
Man, it's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Any chance you'll share your food with me tonight? You always amuse me.
Oh, shit. I'm sure I could probably avoid all of these guys. They have potentially money. I want money. Fuck it. Look at me go. I'm doing pretty good with this stealth thing. I thought I was gonna abandon it by now. I legit didn't think I'd be capable. Well, I say that now. We're still only. This is only what, mission 2? Chapter 2.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
I'm gonna permanently be in sneaky mode. Well, I guess I don't have to, because Samuel's a friend.
Over here. Quickly, I'm a friend. I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, old man, let's go. Kind of rude of us to just call him an old man. Found 7. Damn, they tell you even how many coins there are? Overall chaos. Current. Okay. Oh. Wait. Oh, wait. Who found the bodies? Oh, I didn't kill anyone, and I was never detected. I think that's the two most important stats. I think that's really what matters here. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalists' inner circle to learn what they've got in mind.
This is the Hound Pit's pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart.
Saying I'm popular?
Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Swagalicious. Home slice. I can explore. Open sesame? Nope. When do I meet an invisible wall? Yeah, okay, nothing. Ow! Did I? Oh, you bitch! Okay. Fuck you. Yeah, that's right. Swim away, bitch. Alright. Not an invisible wall, but a flesh-eating fish. God, there's another one. Yeah, okay, I understand. Don't explore or get eaten. Ow! I'm trying to swim away. But what about over here? Which I'm not really seeing anything. Come on, you're not gonna reward me for being a little sleuthy boy? Beans. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me, fish. I'm trying to get out of the water as fast as possible now that I know you exist. I don't know how to put away my weapons. How do I put away my weapons? Doesn't say. What the fuck? I'll be with you in a moment.
Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprised. He was the personal bodyguard.
Attention
of the
all
Empress.
citizens. Curfew
You've heard the
extends
stories.
from sundown
Yes,
to
I
sunrise unless
It
you
still
are
amazes
otherwise
me that
authorized.
someone could get to the Empress and
Violators
a young
will be
lady
subject
Emily.
to interrogation
No one knows
and
the real
detained
story,
when
Joe.
necessary.
We all have our
Remember,
suspicions.
the boldest
We'll know the
measures
truth in
are
time.
the safest.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
I have a feeling the game will be showing me that area in this area. This looks like a training ground sort of thing. Okay. Trust in the game to take me places.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress. I'm sure the Admiral was anxious to meet you. It wasn't easy getting you here. I wouldn't hang about if I were you. From what I understand, time's getting short.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested. Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown. Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can.
But things to find, money to earn. Like, apricot tartlet. Scrounge for my money. What was that? That was weird. What's down here? I must snoop. And take all your money. Yes.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that. There's something distinguished about you, Corvo. Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised. Did you know I'm distant kin to the late Empress and her line? Not close enough, sadly. I'll never be Emperor.
I don't trust you
Most
now.
of the nobility went straight over to the Lord Regent's side after the Empress died. Easiest thing to do.
I don't trust you.
But to me, a noble birth requires a sense of loyalty.
Oh, I really don't trust you.
This city has fallen into ruin since the plague struck. These poor weepers moaning and bleeding from the eyes. They say there's no cure for the plague once it advances that far. Terrible. My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
If I may, I am the personal
Oh,
assistant
if
to
I
Lord
may.
Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him. I don't need to tell you, if the authorities investigated this place, we would be hard-pressed to explain ourselves. We brought a few trifles over from Pendleton Manor. A touch of home in these trying times. Your room in the loft should assure your privacy. Lord Pendleton was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, but there was a great shuffling of the aristocratic families. My lord was attacked by vipers from all sides. I understand you were once welcome at court, before the murder. May I say I am relieved to have another man here who knows the courtly world. This building has stood here for over 3 centuries. As long as Lord Pendleton calls it home, I would defend it with my life. I may well have to.
Bro, who broke your nose? I fucked up. Excerpt from a book on naval history. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. Yep, my dude. The Gaffer's Tale. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood, leaving behind our home city of Yarrow in the cold, but beautiful white landscapes we had always known. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirits so. As the wind and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale Okay, the comma kind of is a little confusing, I think, with the grammar here is a little confusing to me, or I'm just stupid. Racing after a wounded whale being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in the... in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned. Tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes. But she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. Back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Cold Ridge? And if so, will he make his way here? Personally, give him odds of 1 in 5. You doubted me?
Log entry 1-4. It seems we've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. With Pendleton's voting block and my military connections, all we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
Hey, it's a good thing I'm doing my snooping. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime, but it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I have eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I have seen the cliffs around Pandysia. Even in the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Who is our gaffer among our crew?
Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
What will he do with the drunken what will he do with... Man, I wonder what that could be. But that's a knockoff of.
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
You flirting with
I'm
me?
sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it? I used to be the hostess here. Oh, I could tell you stories about that, believe me.
Right?
You can call on Cecilia for the more menial tasks. It's what she's suited for. I hope the bed's to your liking. Let me know if you have trouble sleeping.
Oh, she's totally flirting with
Lady
me.
Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Okay, multiple spots to come across the Gaffer's Tale Part 2. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir! Clothed so in my very home! I should hand you over to the watch-depraved Tivian! Prince Kalasar moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house! Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal! Prince Kalasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh, my. Kalasar. Your skin is so warm it burns. Wait a minute, isn't that a sign of the rat shit? Like the burning, I thought? Or am I thinking of something else? I think I'm thinking of a book I'm reading.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise
I have a
unless you
key
are
to something.
otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained
Where
when
am I going?
necessary.
What am I doing?
Remember, the boldest
there it is.
measures are the safest.
Where does this take me? Hey. Okay, nothing, I guess. Well, okay. Yo, can I decorate my room?
Attention citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of siege has increased. The Lord Regent has
The Admiral
decreed
served
that
your
plague
Navy under the
ordinances
Empress.
will remain
But something
in effect
happened with the
through
Lord
the month
Regent
of rain.
that drove the Admiral
Stay
out.
alert and stay
If I
loyal.
understand it right. Admiral Havelock made it very clear that we aren't to carry lamps outside. Maybe you haven't seen much of it, but the city has changed a great deal after the Empress died. Since the Lord Regent took over, the city watch is best avoided. Most people try not to go outside at all. We can't leave the pub. I've nowhere to go anyway. My apartment was in the flooded district.
That's an F, my dude. I'm sorry.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Blood from the eyes. The outsider walks among us. See if we can find out what the key I found goes to. Oh! Am I exploring too much? Excerpt from a book on the celebrations and holidays. At the end of every year, after the last day of the month of songs, we begin the Fugue Feast. The new year has not started, and thus the time that follows is outside the calendar. A period of celebration and feasting begins, during which the people abandon the very practices that keep them whole and healthy over the year. Many leave their homes euphoric with spirits or potent herbs. Some paint their faces or wear masks to conceal themselves as they pursue their passions without reservation. When the right cosmological signs are observed and it is time for the calendar to begin anew, the sitting high overseer calls for the hymn of atonement and the fugue feast ends. Families return to their homes, wives to their husbands, enemies put down their weapons, and fires are extinguished. No complaint is given for those who have wronged others, deviated from ancient codes, or discarded oaths, for this time during the astrological alignment does not exist and is not recorded. The following day starts the new year, marked on the first day of the month of Earth, as it has always been. Okay. Okay, we read this one. My stomach twisted as the engines of the odd vessel roared louder. It was the creation of Orcado, the third prefect from the Academy of Natural Philosophy. He was exhilarated, savoring each of the small craft's undulations. Orchado pulled a lever and a great gout of smoke surrounded us. The smell of burning whale oil grew unbearable as the machine propelled itself upward. I was too afraid to look through the window, which suddenly didn't feel thick enough. As if knowing my thoughts, Overseer Bryn looked at me and smiled. Recite some of the litany, my pupil. It will protect your heart from the turpitude of the void on our way to the outer spheres. I'm not... Ooh, piece of candy. Assassin's Creed? No, there's a fish that wants to eat me. Okay. Explored all that. Talked to all of them. See, I have a key to... Ooh, I felt cool doing that slide. Where?
Bring them to the city watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
I have a key. Something here in the bar.
You don't know what it means to work with a man who stood at the Empress's right hand. We can't bring her back, but at least we have the man she trusted most. And maybe we can help you right some of the wrongs done to you. This bar is mine, but please, treat it as your home.
With pleasure.
Piero still wants a word with you. He's not a diplomat, but
yeah,
he's
I'm
a
busy
brilliant man.
looting everything.
Samuel is a blessing. Without him, we couldn't navigate the waters of the river at night. We keep our lights low to avoid prying eyes.
Be advised, the river crust infestation
What I wouldn't
has
give
spread
to be
downriver,
back at sea.
as far as the river mouth and flooded
I told them I'd be damned if I
Do not
sail under a
attempt to
usurper's
approach or
flag.
destroy a
You should have
river
seen their
crust.
faces.
Any items
Curse the
recovered
Lord.
from doing so are considered
I might have
state
taken to
property.
piracy after the Navy, but then inspiration struck me, and I started assembling our little group here. The Empire was built on its Navy. Never forget that. I served proudly until the bureaucrats took over. Pendleton's a good man. Used to be close to that snake, the Lord Regent himself. Don't be fooled by the fact that Pendleton's a noble, though. Not all of them are terrible. I bought this bar years ago. There were some happy times here before the plague hit the city. Before the Empress was killed and everything went to shit. Well...
Okay, what if... There was something on the ground that I couldn't
Attention
open.
all citizens. Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
I remember seeing like a door on the ground. It was like locked. Where the fuck was that? I already forget. I'm so forgetful.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary.
I once served under Admiral Havelock, Captain Havelock then. I don't know if he remembers me, but I fear it's rude to ask. I don't want to embarrass him. I was just a common riverman, hauling parcels and such along the river. But I know how to keep my trap shut, I do. This is about as far downriver as I care to go. Toward the flooded district, the river's thick with corpses. I've seen battles in my younger years, and I see you've got the stuff. Say the word, and I'll back you. All of the little people in the city like me, we miss the Empress something terrible. And the fact that young Lady Emily is out there somewhere still lost, it's just too much for most folks to think about.
At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pendician continent as a place of wonder, where all of life has entwined and blossomed across eons, producing a vibrant ecology unrivaled in the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of the Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresies, of cults of sub-men engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. The few who have traveled to the far continent and come back to the Isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles, and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes of this someday growing into a port city to rival Dunwall itself. To date, these attempts have all ended in madness and failure. This is the thing I was looking for earlier.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list.
Then what does...
The Weeper count for the...
Pubmaster room key.
of seas has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that
I think I've explored everything that I can for now.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
What if I don't want to kill?
No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made of the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect, elegant in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants and the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. Hero, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tivian ore. What's wrong with the metals and crystal? King Sparrow feathers? You need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We are running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the old crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock.
The dispenser upstairs will provide you with a fresh tank of whale oil. They're heavy, but you are no doubt strong enough to carry one back down here if you would.
Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female some 42 feet in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the massive tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. By Piero, of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. So far, we've killed 0. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Nah, but the rat dude in the sewer at the beginning, I thought? Or did you reload? Rat dude in the... Those guys don't count. At least that's what I'm led to believe. With the stats that show at the end of completing the mission, the chapter, said 0 killed. At its sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Oh, that's so fucked up. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is complete, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly, for once.
The Academy teaches that absurd
The Academy.
idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time and then observe them for years if need be to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Legal amnesty? What the fuck are you doing, my dude? It's leaking!
Perfect. Now plug it in. Perfect. Thank you, Carl.
You're welcome.
Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise.
I'm Darth Vader.
Can you see normally? Send the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Ooh, that could be useful. What are the spring razors? Spring razors look like they're deadly. I think I immediately want to get this one just in case. And crossbow accuracy.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
You seem a pretty chill dude. Ah.
Tell me what I can make for you.
Oh, I wanted to... Okay. You won't say anything like the others. you hiding your keys anywhere? Let's look everywhere. I didn't check out the back street here yet. Obey the city watch. We might be going back to Parting Sickness. Beans.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Oh, there's gotta be a way to get the... abandoned... Hello? Beans. Okay, I guess not.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area.
Is the man dangerous?
The only way to help
Yes,
them
very much
is to
so,
bring
but no
them
need
to
to
the
fear.
city watch.
He is here
They
to
will be
work with our
taken to the
masters.
flood.
Yeah, he's talking about me?
People say he killed the Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
You're talking
Okay.
about me.
If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I.
Someone's a traitor amongst our rank, and I don't know who it could be. My first instinct is the noble. Actually, I gotta piss real quick. Be right back. I am so fucking hydrated, dudes. Band camp. Oh boy. Alright. Who the fuck? Is this Clay going live again? It is. Saw that. I see that, Clay. I know what you're doing. Alright. Let's take a little nappy poo. Uh. Excuse me? Am I dead? Yo, I'm about to learn how to parkour. You got parkour? Strange, that's one way to phrase it.
Hello, Corvo.
Who the fuck are you?
Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
Rather than execute a fast and stealthy forward dash through the world, you can also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming ledges will allow you to blink forward and climb up. Hold to target your destination with precision. A blue sphere indicates that you should reach your destination. Blue arrows say you will climb up when you reach your destination. Okay. You cannot save her. You cannot save her. You cannot. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead like mother, but I'm gonna put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch number 2. Is there a note to read here? Doesn't look like it. He just looks unhappy. Hold on. Can't really figure out the map too well. Oh, we got robots? Great. Love me some robots. Oh, shit, sorry. Sorry about the candles.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands.
It looks kind of fucked up.
With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in the black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom. I can feel a great age ending. This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky.
Once you've collected some runes, open the journal of the opponent's exchange of powers. Let's see. In the dark. Hold on. In their fields of vision, representations of the sounds that you make are also. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna want dark vision. I'm gonna do dark vision.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Hidden on the. Oh. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey without the company of my overseer brethren or the guidance of the blind sisters of the oracular order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut-purses, murderers, and worse. And the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who were not fit to live, executing them justly and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dowd in order to get close to him. Of all of the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concerned the Abbey as much as Dowd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pendician coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dowd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years we now believe he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and in hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself, and for a time before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while, he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. New reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop he gestured, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment, used by miscreants for gambling and trading hobberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dowd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone. From the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Dowd is an agent of the outsider and must die, for there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Dowd is a dead and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, minding my way toward him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes no more.
All suspicions of plague, regardless of severity, must be reported.
This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the Distillery District, but more slowly than I had expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day, removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us. But I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the royal protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety. But a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in his day, Emperor Caldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, but the Empress won't hear of it. The water lock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it, mark my words. No amount of security is excessive, and when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the watch. Why do I worry so, when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Oh, Winsome Morphin. You want this? Here's a letter sent by a member of the Bottle Street Gang. There's so much stuff to read. You want the chinwag on Slackjaw? What he was like when he was young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was boss of the Bottle Street Gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10, with them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages. It was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed in the Navy or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with a plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on the split. Most of us just went along, so we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coin. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore, now he's an up-and-coming, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we were all taking in a bawdy show in the theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw, hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw buys, actually pays coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. For fishing in the deep, something you attach to a long line off the side of a ship. About 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are shark hooks coming off it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out in the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Fear of murder. Mike comes out the side door, bellowing like a buttocks, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins, and the shark hook spikes deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams. Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm, hook sunk into Mike the Fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand, but he was a big guy and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. Just kept going and going until finally it was just Mike the Fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck to Mike's face with a nail. Just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb, but apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market, another slipping and falling into the water out cold. One of the older bosses found in a bed with his belly opened wide and a Tivian pear stuffed into his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnesworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent another set of letters, officers to the underbosses telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-Eyed Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business. Real neat-like, calling in favor, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus, showing what he could be like as boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster Snitches, the responsible citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers in the watch, too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first, it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick, and everyone wanted to buy those potions from Sokolov or Piero. Health elixir or spiritual remedy, they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with the Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon, everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while, there were so many people down with plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunn will slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over and the watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, tall boys, and the mark pylons. Put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town on a boat bound for Morley or one of the other isles, we stayed and kept it all together. We get as much elixir to fight off the plague as the city watch with their taxes and rations, and that's kept us alive so far. Crowley. Huh! Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh, god damn. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the streets where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It sees into a dreary alley where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine, fine people. Dear amore, everyone would say your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home, no. We traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even all the way to the red cliffs of Pendicia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband, then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home, he loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me, make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now. My little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup and then he was sick. Better bones was all. For my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with black eyes. After my husband was gone, giving away his birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old and don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for garni rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie. Especially those rude louts on Bottle Street, Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him, you and me and the jury nights with stars above and below. And always the one with the black eyes, dearie. I'm a little scared. White rats won't attack you. Yes. Well, dude, have that.
The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Oh, so it'll show us. Okay. Okay, so that's cool. I like that. so I read that one. So it was how much changes? Like new stuff spawning everywhere? No. No, not everywhere. Okay, thank God. Alright, so I don't have to check everywhere.
There's space for Samuel then?
If you like, but he won't use it.
Why?
He can't sleep in regular beds anymore, or that's what he says. Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it?
Oh.
That pile of wood out there? It's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Havelock find these people, I wonder? I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold digging in the Pandician cliffs. They found his ship drifting empty.
Good day.
You know,
Master
I
Corvo.
tried to attend services with the overseers for a while. They've just gotten more and more, I don't know, rabid about the 7 strictures and witchcraft and all that nonsense. I think the Admiral's awfully distinguished, don't you? Everyone I know cried the day we heard the news about the Empress. Poor woman. And her little daughter lost. From what I understand, it just killed the Admiral to be cast out from the Navy. That was his life, before the Lord Regent came along. Someone came and banged on the door a few nights ago. I thought Lord Pendleton would piss himself. Oh, begging your pardon. To think what I spend smuggling in wine for his lordship.
Lydia and I trade chores sometimes.
That
And I'm
Wallace
starting
can
to
cook,
think I never
yes.
come out ahead.
But the way he talks
She's
to
a smart
us,
one.
you'd think he was a lord himself. I'd work for you for a year for free if you managed to get that Lord Regent off the throne. None of the shops are open, all the business has dried up, and most people can't even walk the streets. That man's a blight on the city.
I hope the attic's to your liking. I've slept there myself on summer nights. I went and knocked on the front door a few nights ago for a joke. No one thought it was funny. My sister lost a tooth last month, fighting off some officer from the City Watch. The sooner the Lord Regent is gone, the better, I say. Just you wait. I'll own this place one day. I've dreamed it.
I can. Why the fuck can I kill her?
Are you a nobleman, Corvo? No one seems to know much about you. By your bearing, I'd say so. Lord Pendleton's great-grandfather took a Sakonan chambermaid to wife. On second thought, the story doesn't bear repeating. Even the finest blood can go bad, here and there. There's a little Tivian blood in the Pendleton line. That's the worst anyone could say about them. I think it's come out in the brothers, just a little bit. My Lord Trevor's pure as the Empress herself, I'm happy to say. The Pendletons are quite wealthy, but they were noble long before that. You've heard rumors about the Pendleton mines being worked by slaves, I suppose. Never been there myself, and I refuse to believe it. They say Custis Pendleton made an improper remark to the Empress once, and you ejected him from a state dinner before asking who he was. Well done, I say. This plague has ruined the social season for all of us.
Attention Dunwall citizens. River traffic is forbidden from landing in the Distillery District due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the Flooded District for treatment and rehabilitation.
She no longer has the key on her. Linked around here yet? No. One of the advantages of Sokolov's technology is that they share the same magnetic socket for the tank's processed whale oil to use its fuel. When a tank is exhausted, another can be plugged in. I think we read that. But I guess I haven't read that. So I think we're gonna do dark vision and blink. No others? Or is that the only one that will or do they not always actually show up? Oh, is that an invisible wall? No, you bitch! No, you bitch! Where is... Put blink up there. That's something, because that's like clearly fucking marked for some reason.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to do is to bring them to the city watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
What do I... Yeah. Will. Okay. They'll harm enemies for me, but I don't want to harm. Oh, there's totally another.
Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands. Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time. Deals are made here, sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife. Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go in. They top off the wine with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from the cellars. Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands, end of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their alliance. The blood hissed as it touched the flames. The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they are not followed. The ale here is sweetened with honey to hide the taste of river brine. The sober speak in whispers, the drunk bellow. Fortunes have been won here, and lives have been lost. The old man claimed a dark corner and drank himself into oblivion. The hounds were the first to find it. They are burning with wails. Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The old port district has been added to the evacuation list. The weaver count for the month of siege has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances
Havelock stopped in earlier, but I forgot what he wanted.
Stay alert and stay loyal.
He's waiting to see you, I believe. What can I do for you?
Okay. Wait a minute, can I just buy runes from him instead of... Or does he only have one rune? He only has one, okay. Right. No, I want...
What can I do for you?
Pretty cool. Okay. Well...
Astonishing.
I'm paranoid, I feel like...
Citizens, do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the swamp and they'll take the flooded district for treatment.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I
Defeat
know
the
that
Huns?
assassination is dark
Get down to business.
but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy.
Cool.
He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you
diving straight into the deep end.
Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits. Glad to see you got your rest, Corvo. You'll need it. Say, that's an interesting tattoo on your hand. Saw a lot of that in the Navy, but nothing quite like yours. Keep your eye out for Martin. I need him back here if we're going to pull this off. High Overseer Campbell tricked and bullied his way into power. The man is completely corrupt. The City Watch and the Overseers can't stand each other. The military doesn't mix well with a bunch of religious fanatics. You might be able to use that.
What you've read here is the truth, regardless of what you will hear from the authorities who rule over us. It's not a matter of coincidence that the former royal spy master is the one who stepped in when the late Empress fell. We, who will remain nameless, believe that these events are interconnected. The signs of oppression are all around us. The Sokolov designs, originally intended to provide light and warmth in our homes, have been turned against us as a means of inspiring fear and controlling our movements through the city. And where did this plague originate? Some say it was imported. A wild theory? Perhaps. One of our members has risked her life to obtain an internal report from the government, which we will be printing and sharing soon, called The Exquisite Tallboy, extolling the virtues of this newest member of the City Watch. To those in the streets below, these virtues are horrors, spread by stilted thugs who rain down fire on the sick and the poor. To these eyes, the Tallboy is another government bully, armed with incendiary devices, thickly armored and standing high overhead, looking down at the common people of the city. We now know that the Tallboys are heavily drugged, imbibing a substance that renders them resistant to pain, but also dulls whatever empathy they might normally possess. Exquisite? We think not. Copy these words and share them with your neighbors, and remember, when the tides are lowest, the truth will be revealed. Where the fuck is the abandoned apartment key? I'm Googling it. Is it later? Oh yeah, it's later. Okay. Who are you?
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista.
Hi.
I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Okay, let's see here. Wasn't there someone else that the game wanted me to save? It was like also spare or help find someone else. Oh no. Okay.
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Save your game often, yeah. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious faction as a close ally to the Lord Regent. Campbell is completely corrupt and holds the secret to Emily's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Campbell's journal, and eliminate him. An ally to the Loyalist, Martin is being held there. Free him and allow him to escape. I can do that.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. Then there are the real odd birds living on the fringes, like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. I don't know which is worse. Just take your pick. If you decide to go up Clavering, don't let the guards spot you. Watch out for the Bottle Street thugs if you take to the alleys. Mean bastards. I'll be here when you come back. Good luck, Corvo.
Let's go. It's nearly midnight. But easy, damn it. Keep them in the boat.
The city is going to burn. I've sold everything, so there's nothing for me here now except you. I'll wait for you where Clavering Boulevard crumbles into the river, where we used to meet. We'll take the money I've made and bribe our way into a passing whale ship. I won't leave without you, and if you won't come, I'd rather be rat food.
Canal's got enough. Shit. In it as it is.
Half the city's dead. We'll make it 3 more months.
Good. Keep them coming. Hey! What is it?
I think that last one was moving. You little bastard. Yeah, the little one.
Not possible. I inspected them myself. Keep working.
Well, he ain't moving no more.
One, two, three, heave!
Save after we kill, or knock out. We don't kill. We got one.
One, two, three, heave!
Nasty. Little filth.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Please clear the area when a motorized carriage or stilt walker approaches on state business. Be advised that such vehicles will not slow or stop to avoid citizens obstructing the way.
Two, three. Good. Keep them coming.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. This is a special announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent.
This is the Lord Regent speaking. It is with regret that I announce that my term as Lord Regent has been extended through the month of harvest and potentially beyond. In addition, in this continuing crisis, the overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman remain in service to the state and are empowered.
I think my wife and I will be able to ride this thing out. The plague has to pass eventually.
We owe our thanks to High Overseer Campbell for the generous loan of their services.
Attention Dunwall citizens. This is a special announcement from
Sorry,
our
I can't help
Honorable
you.
Lord Regent.
Some folks needed the food
This
I
is
had
the
and I
Lord
gave
Regent
it away.
speaking. It is with regret that I announce that my term as
Can you
Lord
believe
Regent
it?
has been
The
extended
City Watch
through
actually
the month
protected
of
me from
harvest
some of that bottle
and
stuff.
potentially beyond. In addition, in this continuing crisis, the overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman remain in service to the state and are empowered to enforce order whenever and wherever necessary. We owe our thanks to High Overseer Campbell for the generous loan of their services.
Attention Watchmen. This district is now considered a highly infected area. Residents are to be escorted to adjacent neighborhoods or delivered for immediate deportation to the flooded district. Remain in position until qualified personnel have completed the removal of infected bodies.
If I was a birdie, I'd want to eat that. Yes, I would, indeed. Oh no, that's not a nice thing. Just garbage. Garbage, 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 garbage. All of it. Dear? Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? The dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies. Here. Oh, my, my, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in. Ah, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you? Are they gone yet?
Let us in, Granny.
She digs in trash for a living.
Would you look at this? You don't walk into Bottle Street looking like that. That outfit must have cost a lot. Maybe I'll let my girlfriend wear it. Someone's about to get shanked. Gotcha! Some...
I told you the knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen. Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you. I got it from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you. Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our parties were even grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come. I'll wait until you've seen your present. Go ahead.
If I was a birdie, I'd want to eat it. Yes, I would.
Be careful, Corvo. They call her Granny Rags. You wouldn't recognize her real name, or even the name of her family, but an emperor begged for her hand once, and rich young men fought each other for her favor. I watched her consider them all, measure their worth, and find them wanting. Then, she made a different choice. You're on your way to face the High Overseer, the leader of a great cult dedicated to loathing me. What will you do, I wonder?
This is ominous.
Oh no, that's not a nice thing. Just garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. All. I hope you like the little gift I got for you. It's the least I could do for turning those louts away. I can't bear these Bottle Street children. Ruffians, every last one of them. Rotten apples. And that Slackjaw is the worst of the lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present. Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale. Do you remember my doctor, dear? Dr. Galvani? Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory. Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still? That'd teach him. See to it, dear. I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days. Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious. But they're shy. You'll have to go or they won't come. If I was a birdie, I'd want to eat that. Yes, I would, indeed. Granny, 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 I'm out with you.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Following direct contact with an infected or weeping individual, you are required to remain in isolation for 2 continuous days. If signs of infection occur, report for transport to the flooded district.
Keep them coming.
Half the block dead from the plague.
Better them than us.
At least some of them had money. 1, 2, 3, heave! One, 2, 3, heave!
How do I do this one?
One, 2, 3, heave! 2, 3, heave!
Good. Keep them coming.
Three, heave!
I need I need some broken glass.
Attention,
I need some
Dunwall
glass.
citizens.
Oh,
Report all deceased family members to the local dead counter. Unreported deaths are a punishable offense.
Yeah, and the sick ones go into cages and off to the flooded district.
Couple of them didn't look too sick.
Can't take chances. If they even look a little green around the gills, it's off they go.
I wasn't.
Good. Keep them coming.
How did it pass me by?
But that'd be good
All
enough.
the others down with the
Fucking,
sickness.
God damn it. Granny, I need another bottle.
Won't make it 3 more months.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. This
How did
is
it
a
pass
special
me by?
announcement from our
All the
Honorable
others
Lord Regent.
This is the Lord Regent speaking. It is with regret that I announce that
1,
my term
2,
as Lord
3,
Regent has been
heave!
extended through the month of harvest and
What the fuck? What is the timing here? I don't understand it.
the overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman remain in service to the state and are empowered to enforce order whenever and wherever necessary. We owe our thanks to High Overseer Campbell for the generous loan of their services.
But they're shy. You'll have to go or they won't come.
Okay. Oh, so I have this as high as it can go. Link, I think I want to. Yeah, I want to get that to level 2. I want that bone charm. Sir, what is your route? Sergeant Hayburn, at the Wall of Light components. All the Wall of Light components have been delivered to your station and expected to be functional before midnight. You've also been provided with several spare whale oil tanks should the need arise. Last, it's come to my attention that various watchmen continue the adolescent practice known as rat burning. Remember, whale oil is not cheap. Please keep your men under control. Gotta be some way.
Good. Keep them coming.
Half the block dead from the plague.
Better them than us.
At least some of them have money.
Can I not?
Yeah, and the sick ones go into cages and off to the flooded district.
A couple of them didn't look too sick.
Can't take chances. They even look a little green around the gills. So off they go.
What?
One, two, three, heave!
I'll find I'll flush you out. Help me look for it. Hey, come out.
See, you move slightly faster while carrying corpses. That could be useful. Over... Yeah. I don't think it's anything better than what we have. Okay. I'm so sorry. Darren and Gwen. Oh. Was Gwen cheating on my boy Arthur? Yo. These hoes ain't loyal. Right, that was Arthur. Arthur was looking for a Gwen. Yo, who'd she do dirty? Did she do Darren dirty, or did she do Arthur dirty? Well, I'm guessing this is Darren. Darren, my man, I'm so sorry. Did you dirty? These hoes ain't loyal, Darren. These hoes ain't loyal. And in case Arthur, it happened to Arthur, these hoes ain't loyal. Gwen's scum. Gwen is scum. How do I get back?
Look out. We got a problem.
Oh shit. I'm in danger. We no longer got a problem. I'm having fun. I'm having fun now. Take a little nappy poo with your friends. Alright, so bone charm over there. Got a rune over there. Wall of light. So we could either hop up, but I think we'll go around. Bone charm isn't. Bottle Street Boys, you cannot kill the rat. You know what I want? Hold on. Wasn't there something about the... Oh yeah, this is where the elixir is. Hold on, will I be able to... If I go in there, can I come out? Yes. Oh. I don't think I...
Word is, he's like a phantom, with an army of shadows in front of him.
That down? Ain't he just a boss? Like Slackjaw?
This is one odd bird. All sorts of crazy.
You sound crazy.
Damn right I am. Doubting an ordinary man, touched by the outsider he is, given dark powers. He can slit your throat across the room.
Well, that'd give him a leg up for sure.
It's no coincidence that most men won't even whisper his name.
Is it true that he lives in a funny place? With them weepers and wild hounds?
That's what they say. Perfect place for a big killer to hide.
There is a strong drink made here. I tried it once. Distilled from river crusts by the taste of it.
When you're this handsome, you don't need love.
Face like a hagfish.
Pay up. Don't be sour.
Say, when's Slackjaw coming down?
Not till the next batch of elixirs done.
The brothels sprang up around the distilleries. They are inseparable.
Everything's fine. I run the still like I run a game of Magic. Yeah. Not that. Picked up anything good? Blow off, chopper.
God damn, I'm stealthy. Coming tomorrow to check on the batch. Make sure you're wearing pants this time and stick to the recipe. 1 part Sokolov's elixir, 1 part beach gum paste, 2 parts sugar water. Oh wait, I'm supposed to come here after I cross the Empire. Old Dunwall whiskey is not only the finest libation of its kind, but it's also an important cultural tradition among discerning folk, sophisticated and common alike. Captains moving their ships across the great ocean always have a bottle in their quarters for occasions. Fine restaurants and bars keep it in stock. Farmers across Crystal exchange Old Dunwall whiskey when healthy children are born. Some might disagree, preferring highbrow drinks such as King Street Brandy or one of the other brands from Morley, but sales of Old Dunwall have been brisk through the early years of Empress Jessamine Caldwell's reign, a trend that is expected to continue. Aged and bottled in Dunwall's distillery district, Old Dunwall whiskey is what you want. I'm supposed to come here
Where they train the overseers to be real religious.
after I do something for Granny, right?
Got anything to smoke or eat? Huh.
If I'm remembering right, that's what old Granny wanted. We've seen widespread looting since the month of clans. It wasn't prevalent at first, but it's a pattern now. There's an outbreak in one of the districts and the watch moves in. We quarantine buildings, put down weepers, and deport anyone showing early signs. Afterward, the dead counters come through and the lawyers write up the paperwork to transfer ownership of businesses and homes at Parliament's discretion. Soon after, like clockwork, the gangs begin tearing the place apart. There's a fairly robust black market now because everyone wants elixir and most can't afford it. Even Sokolov's brand won't help you if you've already got the plague, but getting a regular dose is your best chance if you want to avoid contracting it. Some of the gangs have taken to buying small amounts and watering it down before selling it. I have to admit, if I didn't have an officer's ration, I'd be buying from them.
Well, well. Who's this dumb chopper?
Must have been rats.
Yeah, it was just rats, my friend. There we go, we got our sleep darts. How many do we have? 2. So I like how if you're above them, they won't see you.
Get back now. We'll lose an ear.
Sure thing. Okay.
That's not what we heard.
It was just a cold.
Are you sure? Because you know we have to check you over. And there's inspection.
Nice.
Let me out. Oh, you don't want to talk to us? Fact is, Bottle Street is here to take its cut. So reach into your pockets and let's get this done. Yeah, and the inspection fee. We can't help it. Just the way we do things on Bottle Street.
Anyone there?
Yes, separate, please.
Let me out.
Oh, I'm gonna touch his pee-pee.
I'm trapped.
I owe you, brother. I want to ask about the mask. I wouldn't want my face seen either, pulling a stunt like that. You know what? I'll return the favor. Come by Griff's shop. That's my business. Well, it was, at one time. But now I'm reduced to scavenging things from here and there as the city dies. If you need anything, I wouldn't mind trading for a little money. Maybe someday the plague will blow over and everything will go back to normal. But until then, it's scavenging for me. Want to look at some of the things I found? Good prices, I swear.
Aha. Here's where I can get some. This is where I get the blueprints. The sleep darts. Those are more expensive. I think they're like 30, aren't they, back at base? Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, best from father to son. Old man Salt to greenhorn, still getting his sea legs beneath him. In the old times, men cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of bears that roamed the isles north of Tivia. Once the whale trade began, the practitioners went to engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon to a man's vigor or defense against pregnancy. Bone charm. Let's see. I want the third. The potions give you slightly more mana. What is the thing to drink? My mana. Tea. I think it probably only restores half mana. Got a rune out there. 8th entry. It's the 4th day of the month of rain. Morris is sick and so are the children. I've avoided it thus far, which is good fortune since it has fallen on me to care for them. The city watch comes and goes, knocking on doors and asking for signs of plague. Even our neighbors cannot be trusted. Earlier it was difficult to keep the children quiet. Now they sleep most of the time. The flies have set in. I try to keep them away, but I can barely get close. They sting so. Most of the time Morris won't answer me when I try to talk to him from across the room. Morris is gone. I don't know what I'll do. For now, all my hope is reserved for the children, leaving the flat for a while near dawn. I found some plague bags from a guard booth while no one was around. It took a while, but I got Morris into one of the bags. At least his face is covered. Young Robert has passed. The star of my sky is gone. Elise stopped breathing in the middle of the night. She was such a headstrong girl. I can hardly believe she was overcome. She was always near as I cut up hagfish or vegetables, arguing with me about everything. It is the 4th day of the month of wind. It has settled in that they are lost to me, all of them. I cannot bring myself to call the dead counter. I have the fever now. No guards come near anymore. Oh, well, that is... Oh, and she's right there. Oh. Gaffer's Tale. Read that one. That is depressing. That's one way through. This is... Ah! Let's see what's on. Is there anything on this roof? No, it doesn't look like it.
No crying about that dice game?
It's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
And this is gonna be actually where I stop for today. We're gonna throw this over to Clay. 3 out of 80 achievements. Yeah, a lot of achievements. That was nice. It's been a hot minute since I played something that wasn't Baldur's Gate. I think I got tagged in a fucking clip. It's a clip of Clay. Oh, fucking... What is this shit?
Oh my god.
Redeems Destiny delete for a week. Okay. Oh wait. Actually, at this point, here. Here, clip it and send it to Ryan. There you go. It's done.
Damn.
There. It's gone.
Yeah. He's really not happy with the state of Destiny, huh? Sigil, thanks for hanging. Uzi, Sasha, thank y'all for hanging. I'll be live tomorrow night. Probably with more of this. I think I've played so much Baldur's Gate, I think I do need a break from it, even though it is still a lot of fun. And I do want to get all the achievements for that. I think a little break would be good. Maybe what we do is we play a game, beat the game, and then once we beat the new game, we play Baldur's Gate. We continue a Baldur's Gate save for like 1 week of streams, and then once that, like, as a kind of palate cleanse, and then once that week is done, that 1 week of continuing Baldur's Gate, of a Baldur's Gate save, we then start another new game. Maybe, I don't know, try and keep things a little fresh, and then also still get around to doing the Baldur's Gate achievement runs. But anyways, good night.